In the coming days, Luxor Governorate is preparing for the official launch of the winter tourist season, with distinguished tourist reservations for foreign and Egyptian tourists in various hotels in the Governorate and Nile boats of various degrees and levels. In the east and west of Luxor Governorate, there are 5 pharaonic temples. In the world one, the city of the western mainland is considered the kingdom of the distinguished pharaonic temples and tombs in the ancient pharaonic history too. The pharaohs used to pay tribute inside the pharaonic tombs in the past, believing that the West is a sunset of a person's life. 3. The western mainland includes historical pharaonic temples for the kings of the pharaohs, who built them meters away from the description of the Nile River. 4. The temples of Medinet Habu are among the most important temples built by King Ramesses III for funeral rites on an area of 10 acres, 400 meters long and 200 meters wide. 5. The wall of the Habu temple is more than 17 meters high, and on its walls are stories about the history of King Ramesses III and his campaigns and military wars against the enemies of Egypt. 6. The history of the temple dates back to more than 3,200 years BC and monitors the campaigns led by Sekhmet, the war minister of King Ramesses III. 7. On the western mainland there is also a distinctive pharaonic masterpiece, which is the Temple of Ramesseum, which was built by King Ramesses II. 8. The Ramesseum temple includes a number of huge statues of King Ramesses II and inscriptions that tell the nature of life during that period of the pharaonic state. 9. The pictures and inscriptions that adorn the wall of the temple record the facts of the famous Battle of Kadesh, in which King Ramesses II defeated the Hittites, and how he planned the war. 10. The Temple of Queen Hatshepsut is a destination for all foreign and Egyptian tourists during a visit to Luxor. 11. Hatshepsut is considered the first pharaonic queen to rule Egypt and built the temple to monitor the history of her rule of the country, which represented the pinnacle of prosperity in the pharaonic civilization. 12. The temple consists of 3 consecutive floors with open balconies built entirely of limestone. 13. Limestone statues of the god Osiris and Queen Hatshepsut were erected in front of the columns in a magical arrangement. 14. On the walls of the temple there are dozens of inscriptions of the missions sent freely by Queen Hatshepsut to the country of Punt to trade and bring incense from those countries. 15. The eastern mainland was the seat of the worship of the Holy Trinity in the pharaonic faith and includes the temples of Karnak, Luxor Temple and other temples. 16. Luxor Temple is located on the Nile Corniche, and there is pharaonic Rams Road that connects it with the Karnak Temple, with a length of 2,700 meters. 17. Luxor Temple is the first place to visit in the schedules of tourists' visits to the temples, as it is located in the city center on the Nile Corniche. 18. The Luxor Temple was built by King Amenhotep III to worship the god Amun-Ra and confirm his lineage to the god Amun. 19. Inside the Luxor Temple, there are obelisks to depict the military achievements of King Ramesses II and his victory over the enemies in them. 20. The temples of Karnak are considered the largest house of worship in the history of the whole world and were built primarily to be a house for the Holy Theban Trinity. 21. The construction work carried out at the Karnak tombs lasted for more than 1,500 years. 22. The name Karnak was given by this name after the Islamic conquest of Egypt. The word Karnak means the fortress or the fortified place. 23. The entrance to the temple is a road of rams filled with statues of an animal that was a symbol of strength for the